Operating systems. Operating systems allow the user to manage all the programs and applications on a computer or device. Without an operating system, a computer would not be able to function in the way we are commonly used to. The operating system is used for essential tasks such as booting, memory management, loading, executing programs, disk management, and the user interface. The 5 most common operating systems are Microsoft Windows, Apple Mac OS, Android OS, Apple iOS, and Linux. Mac OS. If you've powered up and use any Apple computer, you will be using Mac OS by default unless a different operating system has been configured. Mac OS is very different from Windows, so it may take some time to get used to if you are not familiar with it. It offers most of the functions that Windows has with a different user interface. Mac OS is known for being easier to use, faster performance, and better features. Apple iOS. All Apple phones run on iOS by default, which is Apple's primary mobile operating system. iOS offers a more secure and easier to use interface than other mobile operating systems. However, because of security features on iOS, the user has less control over customization of the interface in comparison to the Android operating system. Windows. The Windows operating system has been around longer than Apple and has evolved over the last several decades. Windows is the world standard for operating systems and can be configured to do just about anything the user needs. Windows comes with more flexibility, but it is said to be more complicated than other operating systems. Windows has also proven to be more vulnerable to hacking since more devices use this operating system, which makes it a more viable target. Android. Android is another top-tier mobile operating system which was created by Google. Android is a direct competitor to iOS and offers many of the same features but with more customization and flexibility. The Android operating system is not as user-friendly as iOS, but it does offer more options for personalization, which make it a more suitable option for tech-savvy users. Linux. Linux is an open-source system that is completely different from Windows and Apple. Because Linux is open source, there are many different variations that have been released by dozens of distributors. Some of the most common variations are Kali Linux, Ubuntu, and CentOS. Linux is used for a lot of back-end infrastructure such as payment processing. Linux is highly customizable and does not limit the user with proprietary limitations since it is open source.